Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is GM Bush, and I've got some Madden coin making tips specifically for EA Access, but I think that they will work potentially for quite a long time here. So there's three methods I want to go over. There's an investment, there's a gambling type, risk it but low risk, high reward, and then a solid, just steady coins. Um, so option one here is simply if you come on over here to the bottom right of the store, there's these get a player packs. They're 500 coins. So you can buy these, and they're gonna give you a 62 plus overall card. Most of the time you're gonna get a silver. It's nothing special. But if you take them, so in this case I got a 66, which is considered a high tier silver. You can take it. You always want to take the silvers, any silver you pull, unless it's a power up, and you're just going to add it into these exchange sets. If it is a rookie, still add it to the exchange, not the rookie exchange, which is the normal silver to gold or low silver to high silver exchange. So you just rip a bunch of these. If you spend 10k, that's 20 of them, and you take whatever you get. And here's a 64 overall, and you're just going to add them in, keep throwing them into these exchanges. What you're going to be looking for in these is either you can pull golds, you could pull elites, that's very, very rare, and you can pull power-ups as well, which right now are worth quite the price. So you're just going to keep exchanging these up until, so here's a pack, low silver to high silver. We're going to take the high silver, grab it, throw it into the low gold exchange, and that might even get me to the gold. Maybe? No, not quite yet. Alright, so we're going to need one more high silver to get a gold. But essentially what you want to do is you just want to keep doing this, exchanging up till you get gold, and then you can sell off whatever gold you may get. A lot of times you're going to break even. The gold is going to be worth about what you put in. It's going to cost you maximum for a low gold, 3k. Some golds go for like 1500 to 2000, so there's a little bit of a loss there. But what ends up happening is you can get golds without even doing exchanges. You can get the high silvers, making the golds cheaper, and the big one you're going to be looking for is power-ups. These power-ups go for a ridiculously high price, and they're not super rare. I'm hoping I can get one here to kind of show you, but so here's going to be our gold. I think we've opened 5 or 6, so this is 2,500, maybe, give or take. To get this pack here, here's a gold. 70 overall left outside linebacker. He's probably like about 2k. So there is some loss there, but if you think about it, it's maybe 1,000 coins lost, which sounds like a lot, but you can get some really good golds. There's a rookie by the name of Ruggs. If you pull him, he's worth like 25k. But the other big thing is you want to look for power-ups. I mean, these power-ups go for, minimum, you're looking at this guy right here, minimum, he's 6k. So, this is no refresh on the market. If I narrow it down, they're probably 5k. But if you get a guy like Jamal Adams, and he's one I like to look at because he's just he's a special card, but he shows potential of what you could get. You could get Jamal Adams. I don't think this card's going to sell for 100k, but if you sold that Jamal Adams power-up, if you got it, you could sell it probably 30, 40k. I mean, Bobby Wagner's 40k. Russell Wilson, he's like, what, 15k? I mean, that's just so much more. If you pulled the Russell Wilson, you spent 3k and you got 15 back. Now, that's higher potential. Tyreek Hill's like 90k. Any power up though, Falcons. Grady Jarrett, a 73 power up, he's 10k. That's so much more than you put in. Now you're not always guaranteed a power up, but the potential is there to make a lot. And you can also take those low golds if they're not worth much and exchange those to high golds, potentially getting yourself an Aaron Donald who's like 80k, 90k. It depends on how you want to do it, but that's method one. So method two is, if you've played Madden before with EA Access, you know that on opening night of the official game, so this year would be the 25th as well as the 28th, both of those days, the elites, the base elites in the game typically go up. Higher overalls go up much more for sure. So you're looking at like 88s, they could skyrocket a bunch, but I mean, you look at my coin count. I have 90k. I can't afford any of these guys. That's not a bad price for Michael Thomas, but I can't afford any of these guys. All of these guys will be 200k plus on opening night. So now that's great and all, but for someone who doesn't have a lot of coins, even like myself right now, other cards will still probably see a little bit of a rise in price. The one I have been looking at specifically are 80 to 81 kickers, and the reason being is when you build a team, you want a QB, you want a running back for your solos, a receiver, maybe some corners. I'm not gonna say nobody cares about the kickers, but it's not the priority focus. When people start having a team built and they want to get into online, start playing against each other, a kicker with some good kick power, an extra 3 to 4, maybe even 5, 6 yards, makes all the difference. If you got to kick a last second field goal to win the game, if your kicker is missing that kick power, there goes your game because you didn't have a good kicker. So I suspect these guys will go up a little bit as well. In past years, they've always been 15 to 20k. I don't know if I expect them to go up that much, but I could see 10, 11, 12k. And realistically, because of training value itself, their prices aren't going to go down, if at all. So you're spending 6k. If you bought 10 of these guys, you're spending 60k. Worst case, you sell them back exactly what you paid for. You lose 6k. But if they went up to, like, let's say 12k, you'd make a good 40 to 50k off of them. I don't know what they're going to go to. I do believe they're going to go up. It's an investment for opening night. I think you'd be surprised the amount prices of cards will change. I can't guarantee it, but I would say this is a pretty solid bet that you could at least, depending on how many you buy, make a good 10, 20,000 off of these cards. And then, as well as with these kickers, and also with other cards, this is what I would call my gamble making method here, is you look at this kicker right here. He's going, the one we just saw, 6,200 for a kicker. So we're going to buy that, and you'll see why in a second. 6,200 really is not a lot. Anything, I would say under 7k is really good, but if you can get the low 6s, if we can find another cheap 80 overall here. Again, all these cards are very high in price right now because, that's not bad. We'll buy this one. A lot of these cards are very high in price right now because people want them for solos, and, it's what people like to upgrade first. It's the fun part. Kickers and punters aren't fun to buy, but they're needed. Another 64. So I just spent, what, 19k? So I spent about 19k, right? Oops. So I spent about 19k. Now check this out. 3 of those guys you can exchange for an 83, 84. So we spent 19k on 3 80 overall cards. If we look at the cheapest, we're going to just narrow this down to like all defense. Or we'll even do punter. They might be cheap. I don't know. No, there's no 83 punter, so that doesn't work. Alright, we'll just do defense. This isn't narrowed down probably enough, but just for a estimate, I would say. If we go down here, let's find our first 83. 83, 83. Right here, Byron Jones. 18k. We spent 19. If we were to get a Byron Jones, we lose about 2k, which does suck. I will agree. That's about the worst thing that can happen, though, is losing 2 to 3k. The best, tens of thousands of coins. Let's look at some 84s. Again, I'm going to go back to my guy, Jamal Adams. He's an exception, but again, and look at this, Casey Hayward. Now this is a little bit of a cheaper card, but you're losing a little bit. But let's go look at Jamal Adams. 70k. You spend 19k and you could get a 70k card. That's a ridiculous amount of profit. We're 40 to 50k, right? Just for buying some relatively cheap cards. It's a risk, but you're risking 3 to 4k at absolute most for the potential of like 50k. Like I don't know about you, but I got a little bit of coins, I'm gonna do that. Like I think that's worth it. This is my more of a gamble method. This is the third option. But I do think it's worth checking out. You don't have to do it, but it's definitely worth checking out. So now we have our 83 to 84 exchange. I do just want to show you too. I actually did this a couple times now, And if we go to, where would it be? My auctions here, you'll see that I've bought a lot of kickers, and you don't really want to spend over 7K. I think I did a little bit down here, and I do kind of regret it, but look. So I've bought 9 kickers, or 980 overalls, right? The most I spent was 73.50, which I shouldn't have even done. I should have kept 7 as my most. But even this one here, right, was about 21K that I spent. Let's look at what I've sold. The 2 cards that I've pulled out of those. Dalvin Cook I sold for 28K. It's about 5K profit. And Nick Bosa I sold for 25K roughly, which is about 4 to 5K profit. That's like your average. If you're averaging profit, then why would you not, right? Even if I pull a dud here, I'm still up 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8K. So we'll check it out. We'll see what we get here. And let's hope for Jamal Adams. That would be fantastic. All right, 84 Kenny Clark. I don't know what that goes for, I'm going to be honest. So we're going to check it out quickly and see what we did. Check out, I got to guess, he's definitely, I got to profit. I mean, D tackles are kind of expensive. All right, so I could probably sell him, what, these two are really undercut. I could probably sell him for 27K. If this is the other thing, never just put the lowest. These two are 5K and 7K cheaper than this one. If I throw this up for 27K, it will more than likely sell. That's just a quick tip. So I'm going to throw him up for 27K. He's going to sell. And worst case, even if I had to bring him down to 24K, still profit. It's not much, but it's profit. These are really good no money spent tips. I'm going full no money spent this year. And I am looking for all the tips possible. So as I notice them, as I find them, I will be uploading more with the tips that you might need for those of you who are also doing no money spent, or you just want to make some coins. So appreciate you checking out the video. This is going to be the first of many for Madden 21. If you enjoyed, if these tips helped you at all, hit the like button, subscribe, would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, you can check me out on Twitch doing some no money spent streams. And have a good one, guys, and enjoy the start of Madden 21 season, because it's going to be a good one this year.